Ale Herc, the rumor mill as it pertains to Raul Jimenez has stopped on Tottenham Hotspur today. A report in the Daily Star suggesting that Jose Mourinho wants to make Jimenez a top priority in Spurs attack next season. This, of course, assuming that Harry Kane would move on, although the article suggests that maybe Jimenez could be brought in even if Kane stays at Spurs. Let's look at it, though, from the possibility of Raul Jimenez replacing Harry Kane at Spurs. Ale, is Jimenez indeed the right guy to replace what is a Spurs club legend?
Not if I were a Spurs fan. As much as I like me some Raul Jimenez and I appreciate the things that he has done for Wolves and the growth and maturation of his game and everything that has made this season such a successful experience for him and his club, I don't see how Harry Kane walks out the door of Spurs and you say, hey, don't worry, we got the solution. Raul Jimenez, come right in. I don't think Raul Jimenez is at that level. As much as I like him as a player, and I appreciate the things that, as I said before, that he has done this year, he's not quite at the elite level of a guy like Harry Kane. So he may fit in through the door, but he's going to leave a whole lot of space in that door too, because the shadow and the mountain that is Harry Kane in Spurs is so much bigger than whatever Raul Jimenez can come in. And even if he's producing, the moment that he stops for a couple of games, the moment that he's not scoring, Harry would have put that away. You don't want to be the guy that follows the legend. You don't. You don't want to be that guy. You want to be the next guy. See, you have somebody else who came through that door, go through the difficult times, and then you come in after the bar has been lower, and then you say, hey, don't worry, here I am. I'm your savior. I'm the one who's going to score the goals. Raul Jimenez is not at the level of Harry Kane as much as I like him as a player.
Herc, what do you think? Should we be giving are we giving Jimenez maybe a little too much credit for how good he is, saying that he could be the guy to fill in for Kane?
Listen, it's hard to ignore his last two seasons and what he's doing this season, 22 goals in all competitions. But he's 28 years old, and for a 28-year-old and his European adventure, he's had a productive 20 months. That's about it. It's hard to ignore what happened at Benfica. It's hard to ignore what happened at Atletico and why he left. This is a player throughout his career has shown glimpses and just up until recently has really put it together and been consistent. So it is very much buyer beware. And if you're a club like Spurs and you have a player who means so much to you like Harry Kane, the next guy comes in has to have one of the highest ceilings or already be a made product. And that's not the case with
20 goals
Jimenez.
in the Premier League. What's more made than that?
How many seasons has he done it for?
Almost two.
Because Agüero doing what he's done, that's a made product. Harry Kane doing what he's done, that's a made product. Not having a good 20 months, that's not being a made product. That's being good. That's having a good moment. But Raul Jimenez isn't a finished product right now. And at 28, I almost feel like that elite level is going to pass him by in the eyes of many big teams, many big scouts, many big coaches. He's got a very good moment about him right now. But I agree. If you're the guy coming in for a legend like Harry Kane, your ceiling has to be higher and your moment has to be brighter.
Ale, you always say you like Jimenez's game, but the last time we talked about him, you didn't think it was at the elite level for Barcelona, Real Madrid. Now he's not at the level for Spurs. So what level is he actually at?
Wolves? How about that?
Come on. You don't think he's ready to move on from Wolves? You don't think he's ready to jump from that?
Yeah, but you're not making just a jump.
Spurs is below Wolves.
I love how you do this. See, you try to railroad me and pigeonhole me into saying, well, is Spurs not the high level or high enough level, and Raul Jimenez and this and that and the other? No, because you package your question with saying, is he the guy to come in for Harry Kane? So don't forget about that aspect of the conversation, because that is a key point. You're coming in for Harry Kane. Again, let me repeat that. You made this part of the conversation. You come in for Harry Kane. And so therefore, the expectations for Raul Jimenez become impossible. They become unrealistic. They become, for any player coming in, you're just going to have to score goal after goal after goal after goal, because any time that you stop scoring, well, you know what? we're just not going to be good enough if Harry's not here. And that is the reality. And so the guy that comes in after Lionel Messi at Barcelona, the guy that came in for Cristiano Ronaldo and Real Madrid, even a guy like Eden Hazard has struggled with those expectations. And so Harry Kane, in the world of Spurs, he is the Lionel Messi, he is the Cristiano Ronaldo, and that's the level of expectation. And so for Raul Jimenez to come into there is an impossible situation. So yes, I will repeat to you, because apparently you have difficulties understanding this. I like Raul Jimenez's game, but I want to put him in a position to be successful, not put him in a position in where he's playing catch-up. He's just now getting settled into the Premier League. He's just now building onto that confidence. And I want him to build from that. I want him to continue to take a step forward. I don't want him to take a leap of faith into a situation where I know more than likely he's not going to be successful, regardless of how well I think he can do, because the expectations are unrealistic to whoever steps into that door for Harry Kane. So yes, I like Raul Jimenez, but I don't think this would be the right situation for him. I hope that clarifies the situation for you, Seb.
Perfectly. The person who supposedly wants Jimenez in this situation is Jose Mourinho. Herc, let me flip this to you from like a Mexican national team fan standpoint. You want Jimenez to go to a place where he's going to play, things are going to be stable, people are going to be happy. Is Jose Mourinho the guy you want managing the star striker of the Mexican national team?
Anytime you get a coach like Jose Mourinho, I don't care what people say about it, if it's negative football or not, he's one of the best coaches in the world, and you have a chance for one of your players to play under him or under a coach like that, yes, you take that every time. And I will tell you this, let's leave the Harry Kane and him trying to replace him and all this other stuff out of the window for a second, his age and whatnot. Can he play under a Jose Mourinho system? I actually think he can. I think he's tactically disciplined enough. His movement is fantastic, work rate, his ability to combine. You can plug him in a lot of different areas in that front line. I actually think he could be suited for a Jose Mourinho system, and he'll keep his head down and work. He's not going to be one of these players where the ego gets the best of him. I think he could be a productive player, but it's very hard to ignore his age. It's very hard to ignore the circumstances he's coming into this club. It's very hard to ignore, and I know you hate hearing this, but the passport as well, him being a Mexican player at that age coming to a club, you know, there are a lot of political factors when it comes into football and it comes to you playing with the team. Can he play for a coach like Jose Mourinho and be successful? I think he can. Will he? I don't think he will.
Let's not forget something here, because we may be talking about this as if this is a realistic situation for Raul Jimenez, as if Jose Mourinho truly wants Raul Jimenez at Spurs. If indeed this is coming from Jose Mourinho, it could just very well be that Raul Jimenez is being used as a tool to send a clear message to Harry Kane, in which essentially Mourinho is saying, hey, either you're going to be part of this or you're not. But we're ready to move on if you're not going to be part of this. Right now, it may just be posturing from Jose Mourinho, and we're jumping on it as if to say, Harry Kane is out, Raul Jimenez is in. This may just be all sorts of fronting, if you will, by Jose Mourinho, and just kind of pretending as if they're going to move on from Harry Kane. It is much more difficult to do that than just come out and say, we're going to get Raul Jimenez, because you're dealing with a player in Harry Kane that means so very much to Tottenham and to Tottenham fans.
And if you're Raul Jimenez, you welcome that posturing by Jose Mourinho, because all it's doing is driving your price up.
Well said, gentlemen. We'll leave it there for now. Raul Jimenez, so many clubs linked to him. Will he end up at Spurs? Yet to see.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.